What up YouTube, it's your boy Man the Barber, and yes you guys, I know it's been a while since the last time I posted a video. Now before I start this video, you guys, say this haircut, I like to start from the, by wetting down my client's hair, making sure, just everything comes out, even, by separating the top from the side. I always like to just start from the top, even when it comes down to like comb overs. I always like to cut the hair on top first and then blow dry it, so that way I can get an idea of how the comb over is going to come out and how the fade is also going to come out. So keep that in mind, you guys. But as right now, I'm point cutting, really not taking too much off the top, but just enough where it can give it more of that texture look. So another technique that I've learned throughout the process of doing these type of haircuts, I like to use my thinning shears and go across by thinning it out and adding more texture to it. Now you're probably wondering, like, how come you don't just use the regular shears? But to me, I like to use the thinning shears. I just feel like, with using the thinning shears, takes a little bit more of the bulk, and gives it more of that texture look. Using the regular shears there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, I just feel more comfortable doing, using the thinning shears by taking enough bulk from the top and giving it that extra texture look. So after texturizing the top and thinning it out as well, I like to use my blow dryer after, just to kind of give it more of that messy look and see exactly how I'm gonna start my fade. So keep that in mind, you guys, that when you do with certain haircuts, like with comb overs, texture top, or whatever you cut the top, you always want to make sure you kind of style it a little bit, so that way you can get an idea of how you're gonna create your fade. Now to start off this draw fade, I am using my cordless TI liners. These are kind of zero gap, not really all the way, but I am creating my first initial guideline and just dropping it down all the way to the back. So you're probably wondering why, like, how come you're not just using a number 3 or number 2 to bring down some of that bulk from the sides? I'm pretty sure you've seen it on YouTube or on Instagram. To me, honestly, there's no right or wrong on how you create these type of haircuts. Whatever you feel more comfortable doing. If you like to start off by creating your first guideline by balling out your client's hair, there's a lot of ways of doing these type of haircuts. Just whatever you feel comfortable doing. I mean, just as long as it comes out nice and neat. So now I'm using my electric wall shavers just to give this fade more of a cleaner look. I am using a technique where I give myself enough room from that previous guideline, giving myself enough room to come back with my trimmers and to get rid of that hard line. Now with the lever all the way closed, I am creating my second guideline. Now this guideline is the initial guideline. This is where I'm not gonna overpass this guideline. I'm gonna try to, give myself enough room so that way I can create my other steps, and from the bottom, and work myself going up. But at the same time, you guys, you want to give yourself enough room so that way you'll be able to fade out that bottom line, and giving yourself that pattern of that the look of that drop fade as well. Now with the lever all the way open, I'm pretty much reducing some of the bulk from the sides, but at the same time I'm keeping it dark enough so that way this crop top could stand out. Okay, you guys, now with the lever all the way open, I'm gonna go ahead and create another guideline, bringing it down all the way to the back. Now when you create these type of fades, especially with the draw fades, you always want to make sure you don't use your full blade. You want to make sure you use that corner to give it that perfect line. In the beginning when I first started doing these type of fades, I would have used the full blade, and my guidelines would be so off. But it took a lot of practice, you guys. Like I said, you always want to make sure you stay consistent with these guidelines and making sure your lines are nice and neat. Now to start, to get rid of this bottom guideline, my wall clippers are gapped, so pretty much what I'm doing, I'm just playing with the lever, stretching out the skin and staying focused on that guideline by not creating other guidelines. So I do want to let you guys know that I really appreciate all my subscribers. I know I've been lagging on the videos. It's been a tough year with all this COVID that hit around the world, but I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. I try my best to bring out the best knowledge, and teaching all you guys on how to create certain haircuts. But at the same time, I just want to say thank you and keep supporting. So now I'm using my 116 guard with the lever all the way open, but at the same time, you guys, I'm playing with that lever, fading out that last guideline, and making sure I stay consistent to that guideline as well. Okay, you guys, so now with my clip over comb technique, I'm gonna go ahead and start to remove some of the bulk from the sides, um, and blending at the same time. You want to keep in mind that I'm not digging too much because I also want to keep that look of a crop top. So I did reattach my number one guard with the lever all the way open, and pretty much what I'm doing, you guys, is just trying to get rid of some of the dark areas that I left off at. You know, it's always good to come back, you know, and do some of the detail work. You know, that way you can be satisfied with your work. Alright, you guys, so with my babyless trimmers, I'm gonna go ahead and line up just the sides. I'm not gonna give them a full lineup because I want that front to stand out, you know, just by, you know, not giving them a lineup and making sure there's little tips in the front, you know, give it that look of a crop top. Now, I did see a picture on Instagram of a part that this barber, I forget his name, but I seen it on the explore page, and I was like, yo, this part was pretty dope. He also did a draw fade with this part. So I showed my client, I was like, yo, like, would you be interested in, you know, of doing this part? He said yes, so that went for it. But at the same time, when you create these type of parts, or any part, it could just be a single part, but when you create your parts, you always want to make sure that you stay consistent with the line that you create. Sometimes you got to use your corners, you know, and give it that look to, you know, for it to stand out. So just be careful when you create these lines. You always want to make sure you just use your corners, and try not to use the full blade, you know. And from there, once you're starting to see how the line comes out, you can start to to expand the line to give it more of that look. Now, to give this crop top that look, you know, give it more of the wavy look of a crop top, I am using this product called Big Sexy, right? I don't know why they came up with the name, but it works great. I actually bought this at Target. So if you want to give it a try, I mean, I know there's a lot of texture powders out there that does the job, but so far with this product has been doing the job, you know, and makes it more easier for me to, you know, to give it that look. Now I'm a big fan of Pacinos. I've always stuck with, you know, with his products, you know, using the matte just to give it more of that dry look, and for it to, you know, for those little waves to stand out as well. Alright, you guys, I just want to say thank you for tuning in once again, but this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I was able to show you guys new techniques, you know, to move on to the next level in your career. But I just want to say thank you. Be sure to subscribe and be sure to like this video.